all you fiddlers, it's Ruth Rowland with a fiddle tutorial on the saxophone solo for Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. This piece was written by Johnny Marks, and I'm using the Brenda Lee recording as reference because it has that fabulous solo by Boots Randolph on sax. This arrangement is in the key of A flat, so we're going to go over that scale, and while we're learning the notes, I'm going to coach you on how to make your instrument sound more like a sax. We're also going to do some retakes where we move our down bow twice in a row, or do 2 pulls in a row. Violins and violas don't usually love the key of A flat. There aren't too many open strings in it. Let's go over the A scale first. We're going to do the lower octave, which starts on the first finger. This scale uses this finger spacing, 3 and 4 touching. We're going to repeat the note at the top of the scale before coming back down. Let's do it on a rhythm. How about rockin' around the, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. And repeat, and going down. That was the A scale. Now, in order to make it into an A flat scale, all we need to do is scooch our hand back 1/2 step toward the scroll. If you use your 4th finger on the A scale, that's the only adjustment you have to make. We can't use open D or open A on the A flat scale. Use your 4th finger this time for sure. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Now that you're used to that finger spacing, let's dive into learning the notes of the solo. It starts out with the little scale going up. The 2nd finger has 2 different positions. That was definitely not a normal scale. It even had a skip in it. I'm going to play, and then you repeat after me. Good. And now, this A flat, I usually play with my 3rd finger because we play it several times in a row, and I prefer to use my 3rd finger rather than my 4th finger, especially since it's going to need some vibrato and a little bit of a downward slide. Let's do 3 pulls, 3 down bows on this A flat, playing with your 3rd finger on the D string. Good. And now, let's put a little slide at the end of it to make it sound more like a sax. I'll play and then you play. Slides on the first 2, and then the 2nd one, just do a fast bow. Now, add a little vibrato if you know how to do it. If you're not experienced with vibrato and would like to learn, drop a note in the comments and I'll do a video on that. After the retakes, we have a hook. Okay, so it's down, 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 down. It might be a good idea to just do that with your arm. Down, 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 down. Ready? Go. Down, 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 down. Let's try it again on that 3rd finger, A flat. It's really the same as a G sharp. Very good. I'm going to add vibrato this time. Let's add a few more notes. Let's start on the last 4 A flats. You may have noticed that I'm putting some slurs in, doing more than one note on a bow. Feel free to learn it separate bows at first, and then come back to learn the bowings. Going on, we have a little figure that repeats twice. Good. Now let's do it from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Great. The next part is slight variations on the same few notes. I'll play the first chunk for you. So you have those 3 notes, and then these 4 notes. Let's put them together. 1, ready, play. And you might have noticed the slides that I did. So I did a slide on the 2nd finger on the A string, and I did a slide on the 3rd finger on the D string. One more time. 1, ready, play. And this is a fiddly thing. I have a video on the slide if you're interested, but it also helps your instrument sound more like a sax, especially if you do a nice greasy slide. One more time, that section. 1, ready, play. The next bit is almost the same. It goes like this. Hear the difference? So let's put those 2 bits together. 1, ready, play. For the next chunk, the first of those 3 opening notes is left off. So instead of, you have, and then it's just stepwise motion. So I'm going to let you figure that out for yourself. Listen and repeat. Again. And let's add 1 note to it. Let's do all those little bits together. 1, ready, play. And if you do a little vibrato, if you know how, vibrato on the short notes helps the short notes sound warm. So let's put the whole opening together. 2, 3, 4, play. Great. Now, starting on that A flat, that was the last note we played. And now starting on that last A flat. Saxophones like to do grace notes and those little arpeggio things, like from the beginning. Right? When they do a grace note, it's usually from a low note to a high note, not like fiddle, which is usually from the note next door. So the A flat is up bow, that last A flat. Good. And I put chapter markings below if you need more practice with that. Picking up right there. And now 3 new notes. And they go right on the end there. Let's go back to here. And put all that together. 1, 2, ready, play. Great job. Ready to go from the very beginning of the solo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Remember this figure? We're going to just exchange that last note. Instead of, we're going to make it. And let's play it twice in a row. Good. And then another time without the grace note, like this. Let's add on a little bit more. So since we can't play open D in the key of A flat, we need to rock our bow between the D and G string. The elbow takes us to the G string and the wrist makes it all smooth. It's good to play with a loose bow hand wrist. And it's an up bow. Starting right there on those 3 notes, up bow slur. Managed to squeeze in another retake there. So that was the plain version. You can tap your 3rd finger on that note. And slide into the 4th finger A flat, and then slide out of it. Good. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this so far. Let's do the whole second part, starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. from the beginning. The whole thing will go a little bit slower so you have time to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Check out this video next.